Good motherfucking evening, y'all. It's another edition of S.O.B's Talking S. As always, I'm Nicholas. This is me.
Jen.
This is not Manny, actually. Where the fuck is Manny?
I don't know. I've hit him up for weeks and I can't get a hold of him. Have you?
No, I haven't talked to him in quite a while, actually. And I have hit him up and he hasn't answered.
Oh.
We gotta find him.
Next time.
This is Producer Christian, and Producer Christian's in front of the camera this time. So let's jump right into it, y'all. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell thingy, notification button-ish. Let's fuck up that YouTube algorithm. Let's get to it. All right, Christian. So NFL free agency, who you think made the best offseason moves?
I'm not going to say a team. I'm going to say a division. A middle ground division, now probably the best division in the NFL.
AFC West.
Yes.
Everyone knew where you were going there.
I'm sorry. Let's start with the Broncos getting Russell Wilson.
Well, the Broncos were the most desirable offseason job for any head coaching vacancy, period. Decent defense with a really good young cornerback core. You also have a great young receiving core, decent running backs, and offensive line that's building. Now they have a quarterback to make the peace with them. I don't know if Randy Gregory was a great pass rushing signing, though.
He's good because they didn't have much pass rushing last year. They were just like subpar. Yeah. And Von Miller was just like no help at all.
Even with Bradley Chubb. But Von Miller only played there for a few games before he even got shipped off. I mean, let's kind of revert over to the Raiders. Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams to match with Hunter Renfrow. They're building team by team. Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake with Darren Waller. Jesus Christ. Everyone's talking about Derek Carr is no Aaron Rodgers. Everyone knows that's true. But you know what Derek Carr is? Devontae's quarterback since college.
Fresno State, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
they already have that relationship. And let's talk about Chandler Jones going to the Raiders.
I know.
Joining Max Crosby on that pass rush just to push back Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. And, of course, Justin Herbert.
And Justin Herbert, look at his team now, man. They signed J.C. Jackson. They have Khalil Mack over there. The AFC West is on fucking fire. Let's talk about the NFC West a little bit.
Wait, whoa. What do you think about the Tyreek Hill trade?
Oh, my God. We didn't even talk about that. So, Tyreek Hill may change that offense. Yeah. And here's why. I always say this about receiving cores. I think receiving cores need to have a few fundamental things, depending on the offense you run. But almost every offense in the NFL needs a true slot receiver, needs a true number one receiver, and they need a speedster. With that being said, Tyreek Hill in this offense is now going to be the speedster because the true possession receiver is going to be Jalen Waddle. They still have Gesicki is the tight end. Yeah. And then they just signed, Cedric Wilson to be their number three receiver. Great in the slot, and he can be played as number three. What does that mean for Devontae Parker?
He's been shipped off.
What?
I think he was shipped off.
No, I'm positive he's still on the team because I haven't heard anything about him yet. But what would be smart about him if you're Devontae Parker is to go to a team that's receiver needy. The Pittsburgh Steelers may need somebody here. The Detroit Lions could use another receiver if you ask me. There's a few teams that definitely need a receiver. Baltimore Ravens been looking for a true number one for a while here, you know.
Yeah, but I don't think Devontae Parker can fit that.
I don't think he's a true number one either. But
I think it was a good trade for the Chiefs part. Okay, I'm not saying Tyreek Hill is easy to cover, but he was figured out.
What?
Yes.
Tyreek Hill had 13 touchdowns last season?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about playoff teams. They started to figure him out. Not the Buffalo Bills, because that playoff game was garbage. The Bengals figured him out. They shut him down completely in the second half.
That's in the second half. That's second half adjustments. That's great coaching on the Bengals' part. With this being said, though, I will say, I think Tyreek Hill definitely changes the Miami Dolphins team, and I think the Chiefs definitely lose quite a bit more, to be honest. If we're looking at it, their number one receiver now is looking at Mecole Hardman. They just picked up Juju Smith-Schuster, but Juju Smith has never been a true number one. He's always been kind of that
slot,
the top tier number two.
Yeah,
one of the better 1B receivers. Let's
be
honest
but
here.
They're not losing. They're losing speed, but Mecole Hardman's the second fastest receiver in the league?
It's not even just about the speed, though. It's what Tyreek Hill does around to affect the game. Mecole Hardman is nowhere near as consistent as Tyreek Hill is. And on pure line cutting, he is nowhere near as quick off the break as Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well,
let's digress from the AFC West, though, because we are talking about them a little bit too much. Let's talk about teams that disappointed you this NFL offseason. Everyone knows where I'm going with this. The Arizona Cardinals. All we did was overpay James Conner, who I love James Conner, but we overpaid him.
I don't think he was a good signing. I would have rather kept Chase Edmonds.
I agree. We should have kept Chase Edmonds, especially in our offense. A more versatile running back does well. But James Conner did lead the league in touchdowns. We didn't do anything really to adjust our offensive line. Signing Will Hernandez, who really hasn't proven to be much in the NFL yet.
True.
Oh, my God. We need to restructure DJ Humphrey's contract. We didn't re-sign Chandler Jones. We still don't have a number one cornerback. we're fucked.
We don't even have a number 2 receiver to complement.
Oh my
Hopkins.
God, I didn't even think about that because AJ Green's a free agent. Christian Kirk is now shipped off and gone. I do like what Antoine Wesley was doing here. But outside of that, really, what do we have? Rondell Moore is a great Swiss Army knife. That's a lie.
But you're going to keep him in the slot to replace Christian Kirk.
Man, fuck, we should go grab Cole Beasley. We should go snatch Cole Beasley up when we have a chance. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Who's the team that disappointed you this offseason?
Well, I'm not going to say the Bears because I am a Bears fan. I'm not going to say them.
I know, it's so fucking biased for me to say the Cardinals, right?
Yeah. So I'm probably going to go on the lines of the Cowboys. They're on the brink of a playoff run, but they didn't do anything in free agency. They just let everyone go. They didn't really re-sign anybody. And they got rid of Amari Cooper for garbage.
You know, you just brought up a good point. I don't know why you brought up a good point, bringing up Amari Cooper to the Browns, which made me think about the Ravens. The Ravens also haven't done really much to complement or help Lamar Jackson, if anything.
They could have gotten Amari Cooper for that.
They brought Zadarius Smith in for the pass rush, but Lamar Jackson still needs a true receiver. Even though his offense is more predicated on the tight end and run game, a true number 1 receiver to complement Marquise Brown as the speedster slot player would be fucking killer. And that defense, realistically, man, if their quarterbacks are healthy, that defense is fucking solid.
Oh, yeah.
So the Ravens are another team that's kind of disappointing because they haven't gone all in on Lamar once yet.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Lamar is your quarterback, has been your guy. You haven't given him one season where you're saying, fuck it, let's go all in on you.
See, now is the time for them to go in. I think Odell Beckham to the Ravens would be awesome.
That would be a hell of a pick, bro. Odell Beckham to the Ravens would be fucking awesome. Honestly, man, the Cardinals should pick up Jarvis Landry.
Yes.
Jarvis Landry is a slot to complement DeAndre Hopkins and have Rondell Moore to teach the younger guys in the receiver room.
No. Jarvis Landry's a route runner. He'd be great on the outside. Rondell Moore has to be in the slot.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Spread offense we have 2 slots. Like, it's not like we're missing out on multiple slots.
Yeah, but you're going to give the other slot to Zach Ertz.
Yeah, but Zach Ertz...
And then Max Williams coming back, you're going to put him on the tight end and then Zach Ertz there.
Nah, Max Williams is going to be great for run support. We're going to run a lot more 2 tight end sets this year with Max Williams and Zach Ertz.
And I think that's where that James Conner signing comes.
That is pretty good in that term. So, wrapping up around, man, this NFL free agency has been the fucking wildest. Yes. I mean, the extension of Aaron Rodgers, now he has fucking no one around him. It is
Brady coming out of retirement.
Brady coming out of retirement's not that mind-boggling to me. I think we all saw that from a country mile away.
We saw it coming, but you have to see the dysfunction in the NFC. There's only, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks that are going to make a playoff push? And I wouldn't say
what
quarterbacks,
are you talking about?
Just teams. I mean, he has no competition in his division.
The Rams are going to be dominant.
The Rams?
Depending on how Trey Lance plays for the Niners. Oh, my God.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy Garoppolo has not... Nah, they're not... they're committed.
They are starting
committed.
Jimmy G.
They're committed to Trey Lance.
No, they're not.
$25. $25 as they start Trey Lance. You heard it here first.
They are not starting Trey Lance.
You heard it here first.
They would have traded Jimmy G a long time ago.
No, they're gonna.
I guarantee you, the Indianapolis Colts are going after him.
They're gonna cut Jimmy G post June 1, and then he's gonna be somewhere open. He's gonna go to New Orleans Saints. All right, so we were just discussing behind the scenes here a little bit about some MMA. What'd you say to me, Christian?
So you had Covington wanting another title match, but Kamaru Usman, which is the champion.
The greatest champion in the 170-pound division possibly of all time, over GSP possibly. We'll see after another few defenses.
He told him, I will give you another chance, but he has to fight this pyramid of fighters. And I think, let me see, who was on the list?
No, what he said was, he says, maybe I'll see you down the line, essentially is what he worded it. The biggest thing is Kamaru Usman is 2-0 against Colby Covington, clear and decisively 2-0 against Colby Covington. Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington may fight a third time, but if that ever happens, that's going to happen when Colby Covington is literally 4, 5, 6 fights into killers of winning. You know how many people he's going to have to beat? You have so many people. So this is how I kind of see the welterweight division playing out. You have Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards going to happen. The winner of Bilal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque should get the next title shot, unless Khamzat Chimaev beats Gilbert Burns. And if Khamzat Chimaev beats Gilbert Burns, he's going to jump the line over everyone, and they're going to try to force that fight. Khamzat Chimaev's a minus 600 underdog against Gilbert Burns. Listen to this. Khamzat Chimaev's 4 wins in the UFC has been John Phillips, who was on a 3-fight losing streak on his way out of the UFC. Reese McKee, who's a 155er who was coming up from short notice on his UFC debut. Yeah. He knocked out Gerald Mearshart, who was coming off a knockout loss 3 months before that. And then he fought Li Jingliang, wrestle-fucked him for a minute before he choked him out. Li Jingliang got wrestle-fucked by Neil Magny for 3 fucking rounds. Now they're setting up Gilbert Burns, who I love Gilbert Burns. He's a crazy tough matchup for anyone. But he hits hard. He's only beating washed up guys and guys that can't wrestle. And I'm just going to keep it a $150. Gilbert Burns is a former 155er. Hamza Chimaev is a natural 185er. They are setting him up to win here. So what's going to happen is Kamaru Usman's going to beat Leon Edwards again because he's already beaten him again. Then they're either going to set up that fight, and I'm not on the Hamza train like that yet, bro, but people really think Usman's going to run from this guy. I can't wait for him to derail that fucking hype train, man. It's going to make me so happy. Some other MMA news that I want to talk about. You have Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. Finally are going to settle their beef here after paper champ Aljamain Sterling. Okay. I remember in our prediction, I went perfectly on the championship predictions. I said Aljamain Sterling was going to win that fight. Not the way I thought he was going to win. I rewatched that fight last night. Aljamain Sterling was throwing a lot of volume, but it was a lot of pointless volume. Peter Yan's a fucking sandstorm, man. Sandstorm, I'm sorry. He just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the rounds goes on. He was tossing Aljamain Sterling, a 3-time Division III All-American, on his head, sweeping him, dropping him, great combinations. It's going to be a clean sweep, man. I think Peter Yan's going to finish him within 4 rounds, possibly. And then we're looking at the next. You have Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. Yes. Anyone that knows me knows how much I love the Korean Zombie. He's one of my favorite fighters. That fight's going to get finished inside 4, too. Alexander Volkanovski's going to clean sweep him, too, man. So...
You don't think Korean Zombie has a chance?
I think Korean Zombie always has a chance. He's a super exciting fighter, but here's the problem with it. Korean Zombie gets hit too much, he marches forward, and Alexander Volkanovski is too great of a defensive wrestler. Alexander Volkanovski's footwork and movement, it's kind of like a video game. It's like he's playing with the D-pad. He's hard to touch. He's got a low calf kick. Boom, swap the head. Low calf, body shot. Boom, swap the head. Volkanovski's just on a different level, to put it in layman's terms. Volkanovski going to finish the Korean Zombie within 3, to be honest with you. And then you have, no, let me flip this. Volkanovski within 4. Aljamain Sterling gets defeated by Peter Yan within 3. That's my final prediction. I'm going to parlay it too as well.
Wow. All right. Yep. It's going to be interesting to watch then.
Yeah, we're going to see, man. We know my predictions here on this channel are pretty fucking solid. I think I'm like 14 for 16, 14 for 17, like that. I'll take those odds all day.
All right. Let's talk about something that Manny should be here for. NBA. Let's talk about the Suns clinching number 1 in the conference going into the playoffs.
Yeah, man, especially with Chris Paul coming back healthy. Chris Paul's first game back, he comes back and has 9 assists on short time. Comes back the next game over 15 assists with 15 points. Chris Paul's that fucking guy. Coming in with possibly the MVP of the league in Devin Booker that nobody's talking about. And then Defensive Player of the Year has to be Mikal Bridges. Like, if you're not giving it to that guy, come on now. He's averaging a steal. He's averaging almost 2 steals and a block a game. It's fucking ridiculous. He will cover anybody. He plays the toughest. And he has the 3rd highest defensive player rating of anybody in the NBA right now. He is fucking insane. He's playing on another level, man. And the only other 2 guys that have a better defensive rating, by the way, are centers. So don't give me any bullshit that he shouldn't be Defensive Player of the Year, okay?
So what do you think? The odds are stacked against him going in number 1. Past 5 years, the number 1 teams never made it to the finals.
Yeah, but do you know what the biggest difference about this Suns team is? Is depth. We have Landry Shamet, who plays killer when they take him out, and he shoots great from the point. Yeah. Tony Gregg's a really good support player as well. I like Tony Craig a lot in term. And then you have Jay Crowder, who shoots great from the 3 and can play some gritty defense on the inside. Yeah. And how did I forget my bear down boy, DeAndre Ayton? Come on now. How did I forget about my boy?
Here's my question. Why aren't you re-signing him? They're only going to re-sign him if they win the finals.
Who do you think are going to be some tough teams that are going to be, defensively tough for him? Or, just give him good matchups, nightmare matchups?
Well, the only team that I see, and they would have to get to the finals to play them, are the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. When we were signing centers, they were prepping for that. They're the only one matching them. So I feel like that would be a great rematch for them, but you also have to talk about the Celtics, who are also coming in.
That's also if you get into it. But if we're talking about staying in the West, I think the Denver Nuggets can give them a tough time too. The Nuggets, well. Just because they play super hard and gritty within here, and the fact that they can interchange here between, I just think they're interchanging between their centers is incredible here. When you have Cousins and Jokic interchanging consistently. So.
Yeah, but you also have to look at the Golden State Warriors. We haven't done well historically.
The Golden State Warriors may not even make the playoffs, dog. That's just a fact. They may not even make the playoffs, so I'm not even worried or thinking about them. To be completely honest with you.
All right.
I think
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about these playoffs, man. It's going to be a fun time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so much again for joining us for another episode of S.O.B. Talking S. As always, I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Christian.
That's Producer Christian. You guys finally see his handsome mug. We're glad to have him here. Manny, we miss you. Where the fuck are you? Free Manny. Find Manny. Tell us where he's at.
Find that guy right there.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Hit that notification. We promise we're going to be more consistent with this.
USOB, subscribe.